Welcome to this Goal Smasher video about drawing and using box and whisker plots. Box and whisker plots are really important for showing how data spreads across a dataset. It's really important for showing where a dataset's central tendency is. So let's have a look. Here we have a box and whisker chart showing data about people's shoe sizes. If you look at the bottom in the green, you can see that the smallest shoe size we had was a 1.5. And if you look at the purple, the largest was a size 13. The most important part of the data is the box in the middle. If you have a look at this, we've got the median in red, which is also called Q2. We've got the lower quartile in blue, which is called Q1, and the upper quartile in orange, which is called Q3. This is the central tendency of the data. By looking at the central tendency, we can see that most of the people's shoe sizes who were surveyed were between a size 4 and a size 10, with the middle being a size 8. So here we have our question, which asks us to construct a box plot or a box and whisker using the data about people's shoe sizes. So we've got some data about shoe sizes. We'll need to work out the smallest value, the largest value, the median, and Q1 and Q3. Because I've already put my data from smallest to largest, I can work out those values really easily. The smallest value is going to be 3 and the largest value is going to be 16. To find the median when you have an even number of numbers in your data set, you add those two numbers together and you divide by 2. So 9 plus 11 divided by 2. To find Q1 and Q3, we want to cut our data set into quarters. Because we've already cut it in half between 9 and 11, we can just find half again. So here is halfway through the data set, and then here and here is cutting our data into quarters. Now our quarters have become between two numbers, so we're going to have to find the mean of those numbers in order to find Q1 and Q3. So for the lower quartile, it's 8 plus 8 divided by 2, which means that Q1 is equal to 8. For Q3, our numbers will be 12 plus 13 divided by 2. Now that we have all our data, we're able to draw up our box and whisker plot. My scale is going to have to go from 3 to 16, so I'll have to think about that when I'm putting the numbers on my number line. So if we look at my scale, I've written up the numbers 1 to 19, and the first thing I want to do is find my smallest value, or 3, and draw a little line. So I'm going to use a ruler to make sure that my graph is really accurate. So there's 3, and I'm going to draw a little line up here. That's the smallest value of my data. My highest value or my largest value is 16. So I'm going to draw a little line up there for that, making sure I use my ruler again, and making sure it's sort of in the same place. The next thing I want to find is I might find my Q1 or my lower quartile, which is 8. So I'm going to find 8 and draw a little line up in line with the others. This one's a little bit bigger because it's part of the box, whereas these are part of our whiskers. The upper quartile range is 12.5, so I'll find 12. There's 13, so halfway between. And I'll draw my little line up there. And then I want to find my median, which is 10. So here's 10, draw my line up, and pop it there. So now that I've got my lines in, I want to make my box and my whiskers. So my Q1, my median, and my Q3 make up my box, and my smallest and largest values will be my whiskers. So I'm going to make my box first and then connect my whiskers on. So there's my box, and then I'm going to draw a line out to my whiskers, making sure they're kind of in line with each other. Now I made a little bit of a mistake here, which is why it's good to use a grey lead instead of a pen so that you could rub out those little extra bits. but now I just will label my different parts of my box and whisker. So there we have it, my box and whisker all labelled.